video, please turn off now. I don't want you to watch this video, okay? Love you. Hi everyone, welcome back to England's History. Today, well, this week I've been babysitting the dog sitting. Parents gone away and the family's gone away, and I'm watching the house and looking after the dog. So I'm gonna dig up the garden. I think they'll appreciate that. But I want to see what the effects of the recovery speed has with the target RD screen. Does it help separate the targets the faster your recovery speed? And when you've got a low recovery speed, does it make the targets all commingle more? So it's just a little tester really, just to see the effects of the recovery speed. So let's jump in and see how we get on. Try not to make too much mess. As you can see, there's some white circles on the floor. That's the signals I've had. I want to look for some of the trickier signals and try and demonstrate the effects of the recovery speed. We've got one here now. So, recovery speed of 1. All over the shop. 3 bits of iron, it's all across the centre lines, jumping up. Let's go. Recovery speed all the way the other way. Still not on the centre line, but it's looking like a better signal. So back to 1. Let's try 4. Bit better. One. Well, back to 8 quickly, and then we'll dig it. Let's have a look. That's quite interesting because, as you'll see in a minute, there was iron in the hole with the target. If the iron wasn't there, it would have been, especially in the faster reactivity, dead centre on the centre line, and in the lower reactivities probably. But because the iron was there, it wasn't on the centre line. It was slightly off. It was trying to build a perfect circle, but it kept the higher the reactivity, the less it was noticeable. But it was telling you there was like a little tail coming off it. So then that's the good target, and then it's showing you the iron, it's just pulling it away. Okay, so we're 2 scoops out. Solid signal now. Just an old bottle cap, but it wasn't iron, it should have been dragged about. So the effects on that signal was the low recovery speed, jumbles it up a bit. Let's just check the hole. Put it over there. Iron audio on. So there's definite iron in the hole there. So what that was telling me was, if you're on a site where there's quite a bit of iron, if you've got your recovery speed too low, you can't rely on the screen as much, because it's not fast enough to separate the targets to give you a true target ID on the mapping. So in amongst the iron, a faster recovery speed will separate the targets easier and give you a better visual. Well, we've got a few more to have a look at. Let's keep going. Okay, so recovery speed of 1, another signal. Just iron, and then right at the bottom there, so this could be iron. straight line down. So let's go to 8. So it sounds like it could be quite deep as well, but that's dead on the centre line. This will be an interesting one. See what this one is. It's right at the bottom of the eye, that one. It's probably about 8 inches. Still dragging it down a bit, but it's see what it is. I don't think this is going to be a coin at all. Ah, there you go. Definite digger. I know it's a ring pull, but that could have been a hammer coin. Non-ferrous target in the reactivity of 1. I would have said that was probably iron, but we'll check the hole again, see if there's any more iron in the hole. But definitely more appealing in the higher. You haven't got to go to 8. I'm just demonstrating the extremities. If you're going right the way down, it sounds and looks rubbish. You speed it up a bit, you start to get the separation, it starts to look better on the target ID screen. We'll check the hole again. Any iron in the hole? No, no iron in the hole at all. So that was just the ring pull. So it's a funny shape. It's made the signal look, especially in the lower reactivity, come right down the line. It looked like it was bad. Even looked like at one point iron at the top and iron at the bottom. It didn't look like there was a good signal. Speeded up the reactivity speed, and it just went, bored it in, and it looked more appealing. So again, a faster reactivity does look better. Right, another one here. Start off with the low reactivity. Just put it on 0. See what this one's like. 0. Looks a mess. It's even worse. Try it on 3. Bit better. I've already watched the end of this clip, so I know what it's going to be. Massive thing with the Manticore is do not rely on that screen. It's there. It's an aid to help you make your mind up, but use them ears. Use them ears. If it sounds good, it's repeating more than it's sounding like off on iron. If it's repeating more, you just dig them out, because it could be commingled targets like you're going to see now. 6. Even tighter again. Right, so this could be a good target. If you went off the lower reactivity, you probably wouldn't have dug it. You'd have thought that's just iron. It's spitting everywhere, and the more you raised it, the better it got, until you got to like 6 and 7. Then it sounded mint. Sorry, I'm using my phone. Normally I've got my GoPro, so it's a lot more stable, but I'm at my mum's house just trashing the garden. See what we got. Still spitty now. What is it? No way. I thought it was a coin there, but it's not. It's oh, it's a token, isn't it? What the hell's that for? 1887 token. No way. That's cool. Don't know what sort of token it is. Little trade token of some sort in my mum's back garden. 1887, eh? How about that? Signal was terrible. I thought that'd have been banging. It was only about 3 inches deep. Oh, the signal was banging, but I thought it would look nicer. Iron audio on. Something else with it. Something else with it. Sorry about your garden, Mum. Hopefully you're not watching the video. Where's that gone then? Put you down a sec so I can shake all the mud out. A very low 10. Go on, be a gold. Be a bit of gold. It's going to be foiling it. Yeah. So maybe that's why it was tricking the signal a bit, but yeah, I'm definitely not going to be using the very low. This garden is quite trashy, so it's obviously going to upset the signals a bit. But unless you're on super clean ground, I won't be using the low kilohertz, the low reactivity, sorry. I'm buzzing off that little token now. I'll clean it up and see what it says. That's wicked. Right, let's get this last few targets up. See how we get on. Here's a good example. Reactivity 0. All over the shot. Sorted it up. All the way to 8. Definite digger. This would be interesting because you definitely wouldn't have dug that with the low reactivity. I'll dig it out and see what it is. Well, this is an interesting one because first scoop targets out about 4 inches. There's still a signal in the hole. Let's get the one at the hole first. Man, is it going to be iron? Oh, be a coin, be a coin. Nah. There you go. Big lump of iron, big iron nail. Something else in here. So obviously, so much trash in the garden. I'm trying to. Oh, there it is. Little felt nail. There you go. Super glue. Probably for fixing one of my toys when I was about 4 years old. Yeah, so today's video wasn't about the finds. It was about trying to understand, for me, and if anyone else gets anything from it, a bonus. Because a big thing about the Manticore is understanding the ID screen with the mapping and stuff like that. And I'm trying to get to grips with it. So far, it's been really, really good. But what I've learned today, which I thought might be the scenario, is the lower the reactivity speed, the faster that reactivity speed is, the faster it can separate the targets and give you a better image on that screen, because it can go boom, 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 iron, iron, good, and you can see all the dots. Which is pretty obvious, really. The lower you go, the less it's going to recover and be as sharp to give you true images, perfect circles as such. The slower you go, it's going to sort of go from that one and go into the next signal, then into the next signal, so it's going to drag it. But it wasn't, I'm just thinking out loud, like, it wasn't a solid iron signal. It was dragging it, so it was still telling you it's non-ferrous. So even when you're using the lower reactivity, you've just got to be more. You've got to accept that you're going to dig more iron, but it is still telling you that some of the targets are not iron because they're dragging down from the iron range and coming down. So it's not going to be as precise as using the faster kilohertz. You haven't got the faster we've got activity. You haven't got to use 8. But I think on a mega Roman settlement or a mega farmstead or anything like that, where there's loads of nails. I'll show you in a minute. I'll show you what the iron sounds like. I'll turn the iron volume on and show you. There's iron absolutely everywhere, and it cherry picks them in between, nice and easy. And it was even getting the signals with the very slow reactivity, so it is impressive. You can't look at this video and think, oh, what a load of crap, you use low reactivity. You can't use it. This garden is rammed with iron. So yeah, but that isn't 1887, it's 1987, but that is a very, very special find. My granddad used to work at a car factory, the Austin, and loved him to bits, and has sadly passed away now. But when I was 10 years old in 1987, he's probably been in my mum and dad's garden playing with us, and he's lost a little keyring. It says, what does it say? The Austin Motor Company Limited, 1987, and that's where my granddad worked. So that's special. Will do. I am buzzing off that. That's my best find of the year. Love you, Grandad. Just quickly listen to how bad the iron is. I'll have that out.